Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Alliance Forever. This is a game between ThomasHiatt and Uba Yuzu. That is Turin Bar. Turin has the Aeon in the red in the bottom right, and in the blue corner is ThomasHiatt. Sure, everyone is familiar with ThomasHiatt, and he is playing his best FAF gameplay ever. Look at that 2151 rating. It's pretty close to his best. I think he passed out Nexus briefly, but alas, lost a few games. So actually, ThomasHiatt is probably the highest rated active ladder player right now. Let's see. Oh well, unless he got passed out by Turin again. But yes, let's see what the build order is. The map is Veil of Isis. Oh, you can see it's basically the middle of Isis. Cuts out the two bases, the main starting locations, and you just have this inner part and maybe the top and the bottom here is also a bit cut off. So you have two choke points and the bases in the corner against each other, and quite a decent amount of reclaim. These chunks of rocks here to be grabbed, and we also have obviously extra mexes compared to what it would look like on Isis. So you have a few more here and a whole base. So labs from both players. Oh, a lot of labs from Turin. Look at this. You have 3 labs and a scout heading northwest. And looks like second air is planned. He's a lot of mass in the bank, so he's going to start assisting his ACU. Try and get that second air factory. Some more labs coming out. 3 more. That's a lot of labs. It's a hell of a lot of labs, and he's going second air. Some of you may understand where he's going with that one, but we won't say any more for now. Third land coming up from ThomasHiatt. He has 6 P-gens. You can see very few P-gens built by him, and that is the key to maximize your land spam. The absolute minimum power. Look at this. This is probably why Thomas has gained so much rating. His economy balance has become a lot better from what I've seen. Very little wasted power in many of his games. Nicer build orders, and that shit'll get you very far. So the strikers can come in and take out these labs easily enough. But they did a bit of damage, not too much damage. Delayed the mechs, delayed the Hydra a bit. And fourth air now from Thomas. Probably a bit worried, and he's seeing so many labs. I wonder what he's thinking, seeing all these labs. Well, hey, look at that transport. Only 2 factories in Turin's base right now. And he has 2 labs in this transport, and the music is quite loud in my ears. 2 labs, we're going to pick up 3 more, and we have a little 5-man chariot. He's going to rain down some fire. He's heading straight for the base. So, good rule of thumb when using aggressive air units. In the early game, say you're going for a bomber, or you're going for a fast jester, maybe a first jester, or maybe a ghetto gunship. Especially with something like a ghetto gunship. Oh, he has a bomber as well. Yeah, if you have a ghetto, head straight for the base. Kill whatever you can there, and then leave before the anti-air comes out of those factories. And then kill everything outside it where the AA has to travel to. So you can see that's what Turin has done. He goes to the base. AA is starting to come out, moves out, and he can kill stuff that the AA hasn't reached yet. And so you maximize your damage. Turin adding to his land spam now. There's tanks all over him. And this ghetto is under a lot of fire now. Another A coming for him. And look at all the damage. There's just tanks pouring in everywhere. ACU has to try and stop these, but he's lost this expansion. That's going to be delayed quite a while. Bomber trying to help out with defense. Another bomber coming out. This bomber's going to get destroyed if they come near these anti-airs. And now the ghetto under fire. It's gotten quite a few kills, but it now goes down. And these air scouts are going to be wasted as well. You can see quite a few kills here. A lot of dead shit around. Not all of it killed by the ghetto, but a lot of it. And ThomasHiatt has walked forward and built an anti-air turret. He has no anti-air on this side, so he's going to build that anti-air turret. And it's going to take out both the bombers. Well, at least this first one. This one has lost its bearings. Pointing towards the sky briefly. So now what is the plan? It's going to be land spam versus land spam. Air should be pretty even. That's a wasted bomber. Juicy chunk of mass here. Don't want to miss out on these bomber wrecks. And the striker wrecks. So we have 5 land factories and air factory. 5 land factories and air factory. Funny how that works. And Thomas, like I was saying, look at that. Look at that balance. This is... I guess some people don't actually know what your economy bar should look like, but this is exactly what it should look like. You could probably have 20 mass instead of 120 mass to make, but... you could always do a bit better, but that's pretty much what you want to see. And it's a pretty frank engagement between these two. Thomas ignoring the ACU correctly and killing as many tanks as he could with his ACU before they get out of range. But it's a lot of tanks going to be around Turin's ACU, and all these reinforcements need to be sent up straight away because Turin's taken so much damage. You see Thomas lost almost none, and Turin is surrounded. He's getting blocked. These strikers even killed some, got past and killed some Aurora. And we have PD defending on the left side. Turin is getting very low. The tanks sort of run away. I don't think that's really the right thing to be doing here. And now Turin is bumping Thomas back into the Aurora fire. Intentionally or not, that could have been intentional. And I'm not sure if Thomas really... I think he kind of fucked up retreating, if I could speak his tanks a bit there. And he took quite a lot of damage on the way out there. He was on near enough 11k, but now lost a bit more. There were briefly 2 radars here. Turin solved that problem for Thomas. Once again, you can see the energy bar is not full. And Turin, just a very slight stall. That's going to hamper his radars, but Bill should be okay because he is getting an upgrade, and that is going to be the range. Oh, it's the speed upgrade. Alright. Well then, Thomas has gone for T2 land. When you're trying to make T2 land, I really advise getting some engineers to assist that. Making T2 land without any engineers assisting is going to leave you... well, it's going to leave you waiting quite a while. And this Hydro is just saved 40 HP. That would have been worth finishing off there with those tanks if Thomas had realized how close it was to going down. Well, we just have bombers spamming out of this factory. Very reasonable approach. You might think, well, without air control, what are they going to do? Well, they're just going to suicide into Aurora. If they get one pass and kill, they could kill up to maybe 6, 7. Actually, I have seen one bomb take out like 30 Aurora once, but you're probably not going to drop that bomb, you know. You're probably not, but maybe you'll get lucky. Maybe your opponent will do something very stupid. But you can get quite a few kills in just normal passes, so build up a few bombers, and we have a scout gonna come out. Scout's gonna scout over an army, probably this army, and then 3 bombers split attacked here, here, and here. And we see probably at least a dozen tanks go down, I would guess. And then if they try to dodge out of the way, after the bombs dropped, maybe they just walk into the napalm. Oh, they're all bunched up out because they're attack moving on this PD. Oh, the bombs did not get split very much. That could have been far more devastating, but Thomas still is forced to retreat. The PD was killed by the tanks and the speed gun commander. And now all the bombers are dead. And Thomas has to run away from this army and the commander and make his gun upgrade elsewhere. Thomas has had more map control for most of this game, stemming from the very beginning when he had the far superior tank army and had tanks everywhere across the map. He doesn't fall back far to make this gun upgrade, so let's see what his power income's like. It's shit. Well, we gotta pause that air, and he's cancelled gun again. This is very bad. He had a shield that was not paused. He had his air factory unpaused, and he's trying to make gun, so that's not gonna work on 340 power income. And he had this briefly, but mostly this should be Turin's, but now Turin taking back map control because of the T2 switch from Thomas. While Thomas was doing that, Turin was making that speed gun. And now pillars, oh, an overcharge takes out 2 of them. That's quite devastating at this moment in time, as that was 2/3 of his pillar army. He has another one out, and Turin needs to just grab as much as reclaim. While he holds this, he needs to just grab it with the ACU. Doesn't really have time to get engineers there, and he's already under fire from a T2PD. Can he get out of range of that and reclaim? He can. He should be able to see. It's just in range, so he can get just back here and start reclaiming again. He hasn't got far enough. He's sacrificing a lot of HP here. It's about 200 damage per shot, I think. Maybe slightly more. Depends on whether all the shots hit. And T2 land started for Turin as ThomasHiatt begins the gun. So now, once Thomas has the gun here, it's going to be quite dangerous for Turin, because he's not going to have many or any T2 land units out, or probably T2 PD. His army is going to die in one single shot to each of the each shot from the UEF gun commander, and he also does not have the range gun, only has the speed gun, so he actually will have less range than UEF Guncom, and the UEF Guncom is going to have pillars with him rather than just shitty Aurora. And you can see Turin microing, not allowing the Lobos to take out his precious little army. And Turin's going to back up now. There's so much assist, it's sort of... I don't really see why you'd ever need that much assist. You can just pause stuff and then you'll be fine. T2 land almost complete. Turin's going to be making the range gun, I'm pretty sure, very, very shortly. What is the plan for Thomas, though, with this gun? Is he just going to push immediately? Let's see what kind of army he has. Looks like he has very few pillars now. He has a single pillar. And he has a power shield. And I think there was a couple of T2 engineers there. Maybe a Sparky and a T2 engineer. No, just 2 T2 engineers. That might be... well... can't hurt too much. So Thomas really actually doesn't have much of an army at all here. Guess we had heavy stalling as he lost map control on the bottom and top at the same time. Then we've wasted quite a bit of mass and energy on those cancelled gun upgrades, and then forced to make a T2PD. Now he smartly is reclaiming that. It's very useful to recycle those static defenses once they become useless, and that really is not very useful there when he has plans to build more much further up, and with the protection of a gun commander, that T2PD is going to provide a place to retreat, and also he can use his gun elsewhere maybe, leave that protected just by PD. PD is extremely good against these T1 Aurora, and he's really trying to get T2 mexes up, because if we look at Turin's base, actually he has 3 T2 mexes. The delay of the T2 land sort of making itself known here. I think a lot of investment into mexes, and also the reclaim field helped a lot, although in total they are dead even on reclaim. But maybe the timing of this big chunk of reclaim was quite nice for Turin, as he could get up, could use his energy to power those mexes. And he actually has a Serpentine TML launcher, or not a TML launcher, tactical missile launcher. But then we say ATM machine anyway, so who cares? There's no TMD though. That's quite a bad mistake from Thomas. He has no TMD whatsoever. Just starting his T2 P-Gen, trying to again just put a lot of assist onto these mexes to get them up, because he is behind in T2 mexes and has been. So his army is looking quite weak right now. Thomas having some trouble versus the Aeon, and does bear saying that Aeon on 5x5 has a lot of things going for it. And here comes the TML. Where is this one going? This one strikes the T2 land HQ and does 6,000 damage. And this one actually is not aiming at the... Where the what was that? Like TML the scout or a Lobo or something. What the hell was that? There's something here in the base getting annihilated. It's probably a scout. But this should have been a kill on the T2 land HQ, and it isn't. The third missile starts flying. There's TMD up now, and so nothing to be done here. And that is going for the land HQ. I mean, I don't actually know how he... I don't know. I mean, I thought for a second maybe he targeted something that was building in there and then it walked out, but that's not what happened, because factories paused when that first missile hit. And just in time, Turin got some T2PDs up of his own to stop this commander, and then with the support of his units, he was doing quite fine. Turin with a very nice overcharge right into the heart of some T2 units, and this is just vet for Turin, who's on his 3rd level right now. 2 T2PDs up, no parashield to defend them from overcharge, unlike what we had here. We had a couple of asylums defending the T2PD and the army, and those are shots going into the ground somehow, and the TMD actually being targeted, so we have more opportunity for the TML to be fired and maybe take out this T2 land HQ, which has not been repaired at all. It's still on just 2000 HP. Turin did not take much damage at all from this triad, doing very well for himself, even dodging some shots by accident. And he's going to grab some reclaim as well, and most of that will probably go to Turin or to Thomas. And Thomas is in big trouble. He lost a lot of HP in this push, hasn't got much of vet, hasn't actually got his first vet level, and his T2PD is doomed, and this hydrocarbon isn't finished. So it actually looks quite bad for Thomas right now. So we keep it on a decent speed, and the TMD is back up again. So Thomas lives for now. For now. Another T2P gen coming up. Thomas hasn't even finished his first one. And look, there's just not much army left here. Thomas really is regretting having to use these units here, trying to push away this commander. Did not help very much. But I think he really had to do it to allow the T2PD time to scare away Turin from pushing with this powerful commander. He's upgrading shield now. Look at that. He has 500 overflow while making the shield upgrade. He can assist that with multiple engineers. And he's making T3 land. Well, that is a way to end this game. One thing you can do as Aeon is just spam the shit out of obsidians. Oh wow, he has T2 maxes down here. Yeah, this is done. It's too much mass for Turin. Too many good investments. He's lost very little. For example, Thomas lost a lot of HP. Turin, meanwhile, killed a ton of shit with his ASU. Look at that, 72 kills, 4 vet levels, and that is just... You can see the difference there. There's just 50 kills on... 50 more kills on Turin's ACU. It's gonna be hard to make up 50 kills, you know. And also Thomas's units, I think a lot of those 50 kills, quite a few of them would have been T2 units. Most of what Thomas killed is likely T1 shit, or almost probably all of it is. And okay, Turin gets the shield upgrade and looks like he wants to push again. There's now parashields trying to defend versus the overcharge and the regular damage, of course. A few pillars move in and they're going to get absolutely wrecked. Turin has lost about 5k on his shield. Continues to push. The parashield's coming back online. Thomas has finished nano repair. Going to try and do some damage of his own. He's going to get back to full health pretty quickly, and he can also get some vet here. It needs to just push in, do some damage. Maybe, well, I don't know. Maybe Thomas should try and come home and fight this ACU himself. That would be one way to try and keep this guy away. But oh, we have T3 land is finished, and we have a sniper bot targeting this commander. What can Thomas do against a sniper bot? I don't think Thomas can do shit actually against a sniper bot. And he has absolutely no resources in the bank. Absolutely none. Power shields are expensive. And yeah, he's getting chased now by snipers. Already lost about 2000 HP. And pro tip, the ACU cannot outrun snipers. Or in fact anything, except maybe, well, they can probably outrun Salem's walking on land, but other than that, not gonna happen. And I think this will be the end, surely. Turin, you can see just making sure of the win. And this sniper bot switch is pretty nice. And there's nothing really more devastating to a commander like this. You don't want to fight it head up, so just fight it from arm's length, or maybe just all the way in the next town. It's probably the scale we're working at. Second T2P gen goes up. And Thomas starts to shield. He's slightly hidden behind this hill. Something exploded quite loudly there. Don't know what it is. Thomas is going T3 land. He's 50% there. And Turin is going T3 max. Always a step ahead. And now making TMD for these guys here. So let's see, the snipers have shields. It looks like they're trying to get around the hill here to hit the ACU. And are they gonna be? Oh yeah, they are. That looks ominous. Shield is only 20% complete. Where are the shots? They're not. Oh, there we go. T1 bomber's not going to be able to do anything to those snipers. And Thomas slowly dying, hasn't cancelled the upgrade, sending a few units there, sending the bombers after them, but there is anti-air. Oh, or there's no anti-air, but there's shields. And one sniper almost dies. No prize for second place though. And Turin is just chilling happily, grabbing some reclaim under his feet. And the bombers have now been killed. There is a flak in the area. And shields at 50%, so gonna have to come back to a better angle, I think, to hit this shield com. But he's still so far away from being complete. There's some P-gens being recycled. And now snipers on the left side as well, gonna start working on this T2 static shield and the defenses here. You could also have another wonderful option of the Aeon. The Absolver, the anti-shield weapon. And Thomas calls GG. Turin got back around to here and has been shooting the commander. He's almost dead. There he goes. So well played, Turin. Nice ghetto gunship. The T2 switch was a bit difficult, and the gun cancels. They really hurt. Not only just wasted resources for Thomas, but slowed him down a lot. He really wanted that gun a lot earlier. And yeah, Turin did well. The speed upgrade was a good choice. Cheaper than trying to go for, say, what Thomas went for, which was the full gun upgrade. Aeon have the nice option of 2 split upgrades, and he went for the speed, and it worked very well. It made Thomas cancel his upgrade, made Thomas lose several early pillars, and really Thomas never got a decent T2 army up because of that. He kept having to send them in against the ACU to force them away, and Turin never let Thomas get back into the game and just closed it out quite sensibly. Even T3 mechs at home. Better eco, better tech, confident air control, everything in his favor, and that's how you avoid giving away wins. Very clinical. And that is all for now. Hope you tune in next time. Hope you enjoyed this one. And see you later.